This is ANN News Brief.
I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The United Nations data show the number of persons impacted by seasonal flooding in East Africa has increased sixfold in the last 5 years, as parts of the region are experiencing some of the heaviest rainfall recorded in a century. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs plays a central role in the emergency response to the region's floods. The data it has gathered paint a worrying picture. UN says nearly 6 million persons have already been affected this year, with 1.5 million of them displaced from their homes. In 2016, more than 1 million persons were affected by flooding. This means their homes or businesses were damaged or they had to seek refuge. In 2019, that number jumped to 4 million. The figure is already close to 6 million this year, even before the short rains, which peak in November and hit most countries in East Africa. Nearly all states in the Sudan, Ethiopia and South Sudan have experienced record flooding since July. It is the same in parts of West Africa's Niger, Ghana, and some parts of Nigeria. Scientists believe the strange weather pattern is caused by global warming or warming of the Indian Ocean. The government of Madagascar has lifted a curfew imposed to curb the spread of COVID-19. The country recorded a spike in virus cases in July, forcing the government to reintroduce a lockdown in the capital, Antananarivo. Andry Rajoelina, the president, announced that sporting activity will now be allowed with not more than 200 audience capacity. One airport has been cleared to begin international flights this month with strict guidelines to prevent the spread of the virus. Mask wearing and social distancing are still mandatory across the country. Passengers boarding domestic flights will be required to take a coronavirus test 48 hours before departure and will only be allowed to board if the test is negative. President Rajoelina had promoted a herbal tonic that he said could cure COVID-19, but the World Health Organization has maintained there is no cure for the disease. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network, ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Ethiopia's President Sahle-Work has promised that the country's upcoming election next year will be free and fair. The president said some reforms had been out on the Electoral Commission to ensure its independence. President Sahle told a joint parliamentary sitting that the government would ensure peace, stability, and security. The current administration is serving an extended term after the election was postponed. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, authorities say election would hold before September 2021. The northern region of Tigray went on to hold its election against federal government advice. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.